What's up, everyone? Erod here with another haul video. It's been a while since I've done a haul video, but got a nice little stack here. I just want to show you guys. But before we even start that, I just want to thank my boy Amazing Murphinator for, as usual, being one of the most generous guys, in this hobby. Murph went to Amazing Con, I think it was. It was a con in Connecticut, and he was gracious enough to give me these books that he got some signatures on for me. Really appreciate it. If you haven't checked out his channel, definitely do that. But Catwoman number 25, autographed by Jim Ballant. Murph knows I'm a big Wolverine guy, so every chance he does, when he gets SIGs, he always gets me something with Wolverine themed. Arthur Sudan did this gorgeous Wolverine number 60 cover. Also, this is John Tyler Christopher, and that is Spider-Gwen number 1. This is the action figure variant. And the reason you can't see the signature, he's probably got the smallest signature in the business, but I'm gonna bring it up here and try and show you guys. If you look, you might not be able to see it. Let me see. Get it there. Right there, along the leg. That's his signature. I mean, it is minuscule, but nice signature to have in the collection. Somebody I didn't have in my collection. And the last one is by far my favorite. We had talked a bunch of times about Teixeira and what a great guy he is to the fans. I know some people have had some bad experiences, but from what I've seen, this guy's been nothing but pretty solid. This is Ghost Rider number 1. I don't know what run this is, what volume this is, but he also did a quick head sketch on there. I just love it. I think it's awesome, bro. Look at that. That looks sick. And then the best part about it is that he did a full head sketch on the bag. I mean, insane. Does a great Ghost Rider. He did some great work on Sabretooth also. So Mark Teixeira, if you ever had a con, hit him up, get a little remark on the side there. Really nice. I think it was like $5 to do the remark too, so super cool. Next few books, this is gonna be about 3 weeks worth of books from my LCS. I let them accumulate until they have one of their movie premieres, and they had a Transformer one. Everything was 30% off, so all these books I'm going to show you now. These variants were 30% off. Got Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 1, the Tom Holland movie variant. Darth Vader number 1, Eddie Granov variant. Pick this one up, and that's Defenders number 1. See if I can get rid of that glare. That's the Neil Adams variant. Dark Data Forge. Sorry about that. Dark Data Forge. And that's the John Romita Jr. variant. Walking Dead number 168, the Gabe Pride variant. Had to have that. And that's the Matina variant for Venom 151. It's the Mary Jane variants. Daredevil number 21. That's the Humberto Ramos. One I really liked a lot was this one. And that's the Stephanie Hans one for Iron Fist number 4. Had the Spawn variants for that were going throughout the Image series. That's the black and white for Deadly Class number 28, and the color variant. And if you have not read Deadly Class, a must read for anybody that wants to read. Pick up a good independent story arc. Image has been doing really well with their story arcs there. Another one that I thoroughly enjoy, it's on my pull list, is 7 to Eternity. First issue has quite a bit of hype behind it, but it's a great read. And also the black and white variant there. So those were all 30% off at my LCS. Also got a delivery in from Midtown. I pre-ordered these. I like this cover so much that I ordered a couple of additional ones just for the personal collection. Pick that up there. X-Men Blue, number 5. Really like this one too. And that's the Gwenpool, number 17. Spider-Gwen, number 21 from the Mary Jane variants. Probably the second best one I enjoyed. I got 2 copies of it also. This one. And that's Punisher number 13. Of the with the Mary Jane Watson cover variants. And that's a swipe of course, everybody knows Amazing Spider-Man 129. But I think it's a badass cover. Hit another shop about 35 minutes away from me. I was out in the area, so I figured I'd stop in. Really, it was kind of a bust. There wasn't much at the shop, but I did find a few things there. These were all dollar bin finds. Nothing spectacular, but it's a nice Magic cover by Adam Kubert. So New Mutants number 9, Cable number 1, Little Hope Summers story arc there. I'm a fan of this. This is a Jajervik wraparound cover for New Mutants number 25. These are some great Delatos right there. And Sex and Violence number 1. And Sex and Violence number 2. I'll take this every time I see it. It's the Bloody Claw variant, and you see that in a ton of videos for X-Force number 1. The variant edition for X-Force number 2. Variant for X-Force number 4. And a nice Art Adams New Mutants Forever number 4 depiction of Magic there. The last book that was in the dollar bins is this one. I was super happy to find this. This is my 3rd copy. This book, it was up to about $10 during all the hype. It's a cover swipe of a Wolverine miniseries. And then when I took it and brought it home, I can't see let me see if I can see it there. But if you see there, it's got a bend and it does break a little color. So anyway, $1, I'll take it. The better of the books I got there, and that's a stretch in saying better, but some decent little finds. Found this nice Michael Turner for $2. Wolverine Witchblade. Found this for $2. New Mutants number 18, First Warlock. This was probably the best find I found in there. I got that for $3. And Swamp Thing number 50, First Justice League Dark. And then anytime I find a decent copy of a Teen Titans, this is an okay copy, but I'll take it for I'm a big fan of the original Titans, and that's Teen Titans number 43. And that was a $3 find. So nothing spectacular, but nothing not too bad. All right, so last weekend I hit a flea market, and hadn't been there in a while. Found a guy with a couple of big plastic tubs of comic books in there. Asked him how much. He said they were 20 cents a piece. I figured there was a lot of dreck in there, but you know what? That's part of the hunt. Always got to dig. So start digging. Come across this, and I got 2 copies of these here. These haven't even been bagged and boarded, but that's Thrill Killer number 1. It was a three-part story arc, kind of like an Elseworld story, but it's an early appearance of Harley Quinn. She appears as the Joker. Loved the artwork on this. Howard Chaykin, just wrote a great story arc here. If you haven't read this is a really good story to read too. And I found 2 copies of number 2. So these are 20 cents a piece. Found not 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of the first full appearance of Ninjak, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copies of first appearance of Ninjak. There had to be about 50 copies in there. I took the best 10 that I could find at 20 cents a piece. Just goes to show you how many of these books were printed out in the 90s. But you know what? It's still a $5 book, and if you know all the stuff that Valiant has been trying to do for their movie franchise and everything else comes to fruition, this book could someday, I mean, take off. These are all 9.6 copies at least. You know, made sure there were no ticks on them or anything else. But like I said, he had at least 50 of them. He didn't have 50 of these, but these were in there also. And these were, you know, again, 20 cents. Archer and Armstrong, number 0, first Archer and Armstrong. So, you know, nice little finds. I think the total I spent there was like $4 or whatever it was. But, walking around the flea market a little later on, came across a vendor that had this. Asked how much you wanted for it. He said $1. I'll take that for $1 any day. And it's a, you know, it's a pretty high grade copy. Infinity Gauntlet number 1, with all the hype and everything that's coming up with the new Avengers movies. You know, nice book to have. Hopefully, Mr. Perez will be back in the business. You know, after gets his health issues in order, I'll be able to get this signed. Also, really high grade copy of Daredevil Man Without Fear, $151 also. And then the last one I purchased from that same buyer, and I was super happy to find this, Gotham City Sirens number 1. Yeah, you know, this book went from nothing to pretty expensive book now. I think it's in like the $25 range. So and graded, it's even higher. I think it has like 1 or 2 ticks. So you know, really nice book to find for $1. Just bear with me, folks. I'm almost done here. Bit of a long haul, I know. As you can see from my videos, I hit the flea markets whenever I can. Became friendly with one of the vendors who usually has more of the high-end stuff in a flea market, and so now I'm on his mailing list. You know, he'll let me know which flea market he's at. He'll also, if he gets something in, he'll give me a call. So, gave me a call about 2 weeks ago, letting me know that he had purchased 80 long boxes from one guy, and another, I think it was 10 short boxes. So he had a bunch of stuff that he was blowing out, but he wanted to give me first dibs. It's all modern stuff for the most part, but you know, I was finally able to make arrangements to go meet up with him and pick up some stuff. First few things I'm going to show you, these are all 50-cent books I got from him, and I'm just trying to complete this run because I really enjoy the story arc here. Immortal Iron Fist, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You know, TiVo was the first guy who put me up on this, and actually there's a couple of big first appearances on this. I believe it's number 4 and number 8 have some first appearances. Also picked up issue number 10, number 14, and of course the issue to have with all of these is number 1 has a Virgin variant with just the serpent on it. Also this Immortal, just for the cover, Immortal Iron Fist, Orson Randall, and the Green Mist of Death. Again, with the theme of 50-cent books here, we're gonna go with some Delato covers here. Annihilation number 2, a gorgeous Silver Surfer. I mean, Delato killed it on this. Annihilation, Super Skrull. Love the way he drew Nova here. Annihilation Nova. Yeah, you got, you know, the Skrulls. You've got Ronan the Accuser there. Silver Surfer, Nova, Annihilation Prologue. Bought this for nothing more than the cover. Made me think of the mayor, who's a huge Black Panther fan. Nice Misty Knight cover there. X-Men 210, David Finch cover. Batman 657, early Damian Wayne. Beautiful, beautiful, and we've seen this before. Justice number 5, Alex Ross rendition of Wonder Woman with the cheetah coming through the background, ripping through. And Lazarus number 1. At one point, this book was optioned for some type of a series or anything else, but it was another run. I read 1 through 25. I have a run on that. Rucka did a really, really good job on that. So for $1, I'll take that. And then these are the better books that my friend had at the con. I mean, at the flea market. So I'll show you what I picked up from him. And I picked up that there. Batman 655, first Damian Wayne's. Really nice. New X-Men number 20. Let me just see if I can get that out of the glare out of there. Yeah. It's Philip Tan variant for X-23. Wolverine Origins number 10. So this is the 2-claw original cover. Now all I need is the 3-claw one, and I'll be complete. It's on my list of variants to someday own, although the prices just keep going up on that. First appearance of Dokken, for those of you who don't know. I was really happy to find this. He gave it to me for a really good deal, so Booster Gold number 1. It's a book I wouldn't go out searching for, but if I find it in the wild and I get a good price on it, definitely. And then here's the reason I went out there for all of this. He told me he had Batman number 1, the new 52, and he did. He had 2 copies of that, and I own a couple of copies. One of the copies he had was signed by Snyder in 2011, because Snyder puts the year he signs when he signs his book. But the other copy was pretty nice. But I saw these. He had Batman 635, first appearance of Red Hood, and when I've said it before in other videos, and I'll reiterate it. But make sure that when you're buying a book and you're paying a significant amount of money, he wanted $65 for this. I got this book for $50. In my opinion, it's well worth it. Right now, this book is about $275 to $300 book in a 9.8. This book has the ability to be a 9.8. I saw no flaws on it at all. There was no waviness, no warping to the edges, no spine ticks, nothing that I saw that would detract this book from being reduced to a 9.6. But you never know what happens with the CGC gods over there. Sometimes what they'll see is something I didn't see. But $50, I'll take it. It was such a high grade book. He had a 50 that I took 2 of them, because he had 2 of them. Yeah, he had 2 Red Hoods there, $50 a piece. So again, huge shout out to my boy Eddie. He knows who he is, and I appreciate him, giving me the deals he gave me there. I didn't show it, but I also he sells toys also. And my oldest son is a big Power Ranger fan. I was able to pick up an original Dragon Dagger from him. And in the box, I won't say a mint box, but pretty good shaped box. And I took it out the box, opened it up, and I didn't think, I think that it came out in 1994, that it would be functional, and put batteries in, and the thing worked like a charm. So my son loved it. Enough of that though. Picked this up off of eBay. Miss Marvel number 1. This is the Sarah Pichelli. I believe it's 1 in 25 variant. Shout out to my boy Manny NYC. Sold me that. Just had to have that. That's Royals. That's a Addy Grandall variant. Show you that. It's the X-Men Gold. Virgin variant. So the story behind this is I ordered the 3-pack unsigned from J. Scott Campbell's store, and they all came back damaged. So a little perturbed, reached out to them. Customer service took a few days to get back to me. We're actually talking back and forth with emails about 3 weeks. Finally, they told me they did not have the Virgin variant unsigned anymore, but what they would do is send me this free of charge, and they were going to send me a shipping label back to return the other books. I accepted the offer, and then they sent me another note telling me that keep the books, and this was on them, for the inconvenience. So that, I thought that was pretty good. I mean, it did take 3 weeks. I was a little upset with it, but I'm probably just going to get the other books pressed out and see how they come out, And then this is the last of my haul here. My LCS usually will give me a heads up if he gets any type of new collections or any type of new books. I'll go in there, and he's got a couple of his, frequent, myself, Enrique, a couple of us, we go there a lot, so he does the right thing. He had this beautiful copy of Swamp Thing #2. Some Bernie Wrightson goodness there, and high grade, easy 9. It's got a couple little ticks, but other than that, book presents well. And he also had this there, and that's Swamp Thing #1. So, I mean, I was super happy to get this. I paid $80 for this. I already pressed this book out, and I got a lot of the imperfections out. I think it's going to get another passing through, and see if we can't bump it up a little bit better. It's got a little corner up top. It's got a little corner up top there that has a dog ear on it, but other than that, this book presents beautiful. Funny thing is, he also had a high grade copy of this, but it was a printing defect, so it had an overhang, so the white border came out about 1 inch. Looked horrible. The 2 was all the way over. It was a miswrap. But that's my haul for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment if you can. I'm at about 495 subs. I'm trying to hit that 500 mark. Once I hit 500, I'm probably going to do a little bit of a contest, probably after the summertime. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And until next video.